Andrea, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go. So, hello everyone. Very happy to be here. I'm Gauthier Min, head of sales Benelux for Displayce. Yeah, I just wondering, I was seeing a message of our marketing team. Okay, so we already have people in our webinar. That's very nice. Welcome to everyone. Today we have a very nice subject, but like you can see, I'm not alone. I'm here with Andrea from ProgrammAds. So if you want to present yourself before we will deep dive into the subject.
Sure. So thank you for inviting us to the webinar to talk about this wonderful topic as well. My name is Andrea. I am a senior programmatic consultant at ProgrammAds, where I've been working for the past 3 years. And as you know, we've worked very closely on several digital out-of-home campaigns. And yeah, just very glad to be here to go over some use cases as well.
Yeah, so as you can see, Andrea has a lot of experience and she will add her experience to show some specific campaigns and specific cases. So very happy to do it together. So today we will speak about digital out of home, about targeting, about attention, and about how to contextualize your campaign to have impactful results for your brand. So let's start with, before we start, just 3 things. So if you would like to ask questions, you can ask questions. We will answer them by the end of the presentation. And if you want to share something, please use the chat. And our marketing team will also add some interactivity and use some polls. So please answer the polls. I just see that the first one is just submitted, and I will answer it on my side. Okay. So let's go. This is the agenda of today. So first we'll speak about attention and why it's so important in our market. Then I will give an introduction on programmatic digital out of home and some golden rules to run a successful campaigns. Then Andrea will share some success stories and also some introduction about programmats. I will speak about the Displayce and our positioning in the market, and we will end with our Q&A. Okay, so the first part is on the attention economy. But before we start, I would like to ask a question to the audience. So my question is, do you remember an ad that you have seen this morning on your device, on your smartphone, on TV, or on whichever device? And if so, you can also add the brand in the chat just to see if you can remember one advertising that you saw this morning. Just to know, every morning we are exposed to 100 to 300 ad signals, which is huge. But as you can see, it's very difficult to remember just one. And that's why we are going to speak about attention and why it's so difficult to get the attention of your audience. So I can't see the comments right now, but I know it's very difficult to remember just one brand. I did the exercise also on my side this morning, and even if I went to social media to listen to radio, it's difficult to remember one ad that grabbed my attention. And this is the thing about, on your side, Andrea, do you remember an ad this morning?
No, that's it. You know, it's very difficult. That's why on my side this morning, I was exposed to at least a few ads, but still, it's very difficult to grab attention in that sense.
Yeah, I saw an ad this morning to go on vacation to Malaga. I know you're working from Malaga, so this is very very funny. But I already went 2 weeks ago to Malaga, so it was not a good ad. So so attention is very important. Like we just said, we are bombarded with thousands of ads every day. So it's important to get this attention. And when we speak about attention, we speak about 2 types of attention: natural attention and useful attention. And most important thing is to turn natural attention into useful attention. So noticing your ad, processing it, and also create memorization onto your audience. So here you can see, we have here a question on which advertising format is the most intrusive. So according to you, which channel is the most intrusive? Is it TV, internet, radio, social media, or out of home? So it will answer also on my side. So here it's a study that was done by JCDecaux in France on more than 1,000 individuals, and we asked them, according to you, which type of which channel is the less intrusive. And here we can see that out of home had a very good results compared to the other media channels. We can see that also on classic media like TV, internet, and radio, the results are very bad. So it's invasive and intrusive, as we can say.
And Gautier, so because seeing this slide also kind of strikes a little bit, a lot of questions that we also get from our clients. So why do you think digital out of home is performing better in capturing attention than social media? Maybe press, by looking at the numbers is really kind of striking as well.
Yeah, sure. So this is what I think, and also what the studies are showing, is that out of home is you don't have to look at it. It's not like a private device like you have on social media, where you have like 10 or 100 different ads that you can see when you're going to Facebook or Instagram, for example, or on TV. You don't have the choice. But on out of home, you have the choice. You can say, don't look at the screen. So that's why it's a very nice one, and it's different from the other media channels where there is this intrusive element that you have to look at the advertising to continue navigating or looking TV, for example. So that's why the attention is very interesting on out of home. And here we can see it, the average attention for digital out of home is 4.5 seconds, which is very high. From my memory, in classic out of home, it's 3.5. So 1 second more due to these dynamic elements you can add. So in Belgium, remember, it's 6 seconds advertising. And also the brand recall, so people that remember your ad after seeing them on the screen is 2 times higher than on average. So this shows that digital out of home is a very nice format to create awareness, consideration, but also action and memorization. The halo effect is also important in our market. So we speak a lot about omni-channel campaign, so using different media channels to run a performance campaign. So what's the influence of digital out of home on the other media channels? And this is a study we did on all these different media channels where we add the digital out of home to see what the uplift was on business KPIs. And we can see that search is very impacted. So why? Because people see an ad on a screen and then they look at Google to type some keywords to find the brand and the advertising. On social, it's less, it's 20%, and on classic media, it's also less because it's very different from out of home, but you have also this impact. So on the customer journey or conversion funnel, digital out of home has an impact on every stage. So on awareness, it creates brand familiarity. On interest, it's a top media, meaning it's the first media. If you want to generate interest, please add out of home because you can create a specific brand image. But also on consideration, we have a significant effect. So if you want to gap the bridge to bridge the gap between awareness and action, digital out of home can have a very high influence on interest and consideration, but also on action. If you want to do drive-to-store campaigns to push people into your shop, digital out of home is a very nice one. Doing, for example, DCO campaigns on screens near to your shop and saying, for example, you have a shop at 200 meters of the screen. This is very useful communication to push people to purchase. And also on loyalty, creating brand preference, we can see in this study that we have a significant effect. And this data, we get them using Happydemics. So Happydemics, we use it to do what we call post-campaign surveys. So in out of home, we don't have the same data we have in digital. We don't have visit, leads, acquisition. We have CPMs, we have impressions. But by using Happydemics, by questioning the audience that went not far from your screens, that saw your ad, you can now have more data and share there with your clients. So this comes to the next part. So why programmatic digital out of home and why it's a game changer. So it's a game changer because of these reasons. The first one is that a platform like Displayce or another that sells PDOOH, so Programmatic Digital Out-of-Home, is connected to all the digital screens. So on not only the screens of, for example, JCDecaux or Bordeaux Media. Today we have a lot of other publishers, for example, screens in gyms, screens in parking, in transport, in co-working. So for example, in Belgium, we are connected to more than 6,000 screens, and Displayce is connected to millions of screens worldwide in every country. So you can run campaigns everywhere on all the digital screens. So this is a big improvement of programmatic. Data-driven, also a very important one. This is very new, the fact that you can add data segments. So we're working with our partner AdSquare to use socio-demographics, intentions, but also behaviors, meaning you can select the best screen at the best time to target your audience on out-of-home. So very nice and very innovative. Flexible campaign management, also very new. So now by using a platform to use to buy digital out-of-home, you can, whenever you want, change the date, change your creatives, change the data through the campaign. So a very flexible way of buying this channel. And also I will finish with accessible and easy to implement, meaning with a platform like Displayce, you only need 5 steps to buy your campaign and to launch it, and it goes very fast.
Actually, I think the dynamic adaptation of the creative really stands out, because I mean, to be able to tailor the message depending on the context of where you are, or traffic, time, to be kind of relevant to that audience in the context and time, it's really good for engagement and for that attention grabbing from users, right? So it's definitely a great benefit and a great use of digital out-of-home, sure.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Andrea. That's very true. Out-of-home is a very creative format. Like you said, the fact you can use the context. For example, you are not going to show the same ad in a gym than in a parking. So you can use this context, this physical world where you have this screen, to show a very creative ad. So that's very nice. You don't have these options on other media channels. So that's why I think it's a very nice to invest time and to find the best way to use this wonderful media channel. So into the next part, now we will see together the golden rules to run a successful digital out-of-home campaign. So we have 4 different pillars. The first one is context. So when and where to advertise. So the period, but also the screens. Like I said, you have thousands of choices when it comes to selecting the screens in different areas. So it's very important to know the context to select the best options. Then you have the audience. So know that we can add data segments, which is very new. It's important to use them in the right way to target your audience at the right time with the right data. We have the creative. So we just said it with Andrea, creativity is very important in digital out-of-home. You can also use what we call triggers, for example, weather or temperature or traffic, to adapt your creatives in real time, so automatically. So yeah, how to create personalized campaign to have effective advertising material. And we will finish with delivery and measurement. So with the post-campaign surveys, we have more and more measure. So it's very nice to use to have these insights, and also on the delivery side, the fact that everything is accessible on the platform, even when your campaign is running. You can change everything, so it's very flexible to use a platform like Displayce when you're buying digital out-of-home. And now I will let Andrea present you some success stories, some cases that ProgrammAds did using Displayce. So Andrea, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Gauthier. So yeah, I think like a few of these case studies actually kind of enhance a little bit and showcase those pillars that Gauthier was speaking about. So we're going to go through a few use cases. The first one here is from a restaurant. The challenge was kind of a very familiar challenge that a lot of brands have, that you can't just assume that customers will leave and work, you know, next to the different locations. People, you know, as we've been like going through as well, move in all sorts of ways. We have busy lives, we move around a lot. So every screen placement and every exposure to those users really matters. So for example, for this campaign, what we realized or found out was that people traveled up to 16 to 19 kilometers on average to visit these restaurants. So the idea was to make sure the brand showed up in those places that really matter. So those were places or spots that were most visible for users along the paths that they actually took. So the resolution, or how we approach it, was that we use location technology to track where the visitors were going before and after visiting these restaurants. And instead of buying the screens really randomly, we picked them based on where people actually traveled. So this actually has a very strong effect on consideration. People typically, after the campaign, kind of visited the restaurant within a 1 to 2 day period after seeing the campaign, which is kind of very on point for those kind of last minute decisions, and a very use case as well for the restaurant vertical as well. So the results for this particular campaign were 10% increase on the visits, with a very high engagement on stations, urban panels as well. And obviously, because of the data that we're seeing at the moment, an impact on that customer behavior. So it shows that the context, as Gautier was saying, really matters in digital out of home. And when you understand where those customers are and adapt your media accordingly, then you can actually drive that actual footfall and have that return on your investment. So this is one of the approaches. And then for the same kind of restaurant chain, we had a different approach on targeting, which was also very interesting, because the concept was to target those potential customers near competitor locations. So the goal was to encourage the customers to choose one restaurant versus the other, essentially, or the one from the competitor. So to achieve this, what we did is that we placed our digital out of home campaign around competitor locations, and we target those screens kind of in main decision points, right? So the campaign overall drove a 17% uplift on visits, and an average visitation rate of 23.5%, which is a very strong performance actually. And this is also realizing that there was a 59% overlap on visitors with our restaurant chains that we were running the campaign for and the competitor locations, meaning that a few of these users were already going to the competitor's restaurant, but actually chose to go to the main restaurant chain because of this campaign. So it's a case also to highlight that kind of precision digital out of home buy to convert that interest or that consideration into actual visits, and being present really in the right place at the right time again. So it's kind of two different approaches for a similar or for the same kind of restaurant change on digital out of home.
Yeah, just a quick one on this very nice case, Andrea. So very nice to see that you use digital out of home to go on every stage of the marketing funnel, from branding to brand preference. On which stage do you think on this campaign out of home had the most effect? for this campaign? Do you think it's more like on brand preference or on consideration or just on branding? Yeah, what do you think?
So I believe that in this particular case, or in this last example, was more focusing on the consideration phase, actually kind of going to the point of interest, to the store visit, and really entering in that in that consideration mindset. So which one would I choose, one or the other, and then actually inclining for the restaurant chain just because we were there present at the right time. So it highlights like the use of really digital out of home in really any step of the funnel, but sometimes we don't think of digital out of home inherently for consideration. We think more of it as an awareness kind of type of channel. So it's really interesting to see how then we can use it in other in other phases and see that work and actually results show up as well.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna quickly then move to our next case study, which is moving a bit off the restaurant business, but going into the public sector. So in this case, it's a little bit different because this was not only a digital out-of-home campaign, it was actually kind of an omni-channel effort. So we run this is, a client for the public sector. So it was a public sector advertiser. And we had a campaign which include radio, online audio, of course, digital out of home, YouTube, online video. So essentially what we did is that we integrated radio spots onto kind of the digital out-of-home campaign, ensuring audiences were exposed both kind of on the road and at home, essentially. So the offline radio ran during the morning and in the afternoon, and then online channels like kind of Spotify and digital audio extend the campaign reach, targeting people kind of on the go everywhere. So we synchronized the digital out-of-home campaign with the hourly targeting of the radio and the online audio campaigns to reinforce brand recall. And also by leveraging AdSquare, we were able to retarget those individuals who pass by the digital out-of-home screens, and then after really the first month, and then integrating that into our retargeting mobile campaign. So it's actually working together with mobile to actually then work on that last part of the funnel, really. So it's a nice way to just integrate all of these different channels, essentially. So if we move on to the results, it actually was a success. So the ad recall increased by 5%. In southern Belgium, people who heard the radio ad were actually twice as likely to convert and tripled the website visits as well. And by activating the search campaign along other media, also the website traffic kind of increased by 56%. So the digital out-of-home campaign then combined with the mobile retargeting delivered 8% more impressions and 22% more clicks as well. So this kind of really showcased how when integrated with other media, you can deliver kind of those more measurable results, across kind of reach, engagement, conversions, because you kind of have kind of all fronts covered in a sense. So yeah, this was for the case study in our public sector. And then to finish,
just a quick one, Andrea, on your second case. So yeah, on omni-channel campaigns, we know that consistency is very important through the whole funnel, but also through the different channels. Do you have some tips to have this consistency on the creative side?
Oh, in the creative side?
Yeah, for example, on my side, the tips that we give to our client is, for example, to have this very clear message that you have in every media channel, so that people can memorize very easily your brand and your message. And I know that a lot of agencies sometimes struggle to decline it in out of home because it's a very different media channel than radio, display, and all these normal formats, I would say. We have at Displayce, we have like our technical preferences to on the creative side that we can share with our clients. But on your side, are there things that you share with your clients so that you are sure that the message is can be memorized by the public?
Yeah, of course. I mean, and it really does also depend on the funnel phase that you were working as well. But to have kind of a clear message that is 100% kind of a must, and then really, if I could suggest as well, to adapt to the context and really, I mean, here we had an example of radio, of digital at home, of video. I mean, the message has to be consistent and coherent in all of the different media, but also we have to realize that they're not all the same. People don't perceive all of the media the same way. So we had to adapt the message and the creative in that sense as well. So like you mentioned, so with a digital out of home, you know, the context, again, well, everywhere really, but here the context is something that we can play around with a lot. Because we already know with those screens are situated, and also we can filter with Displayce kind of what type of screens there are. So that is also a very useful thing to have, to be able to plan and to recommend the creative.
Sure. Yes. Also, with the fact that we only have 6 seconds in Belgium, it's mainly 6 seconds. It's different in other countries. For example, in France, it's 10 seconds. It's also very funny that it's different per country. So in Belgium, you only have 6 seconds to convince your audience, which is not easy. So it's a big creative work. And what we are using to create this technical specification, it's also eye tracking studies to know where people are looking on the screens, to know where you have to put your logo, your message, so that people can notice it, so that you can combine them, and so that they can, like we already said, memorize the message.
That is actually super useful, I think, as well, because then that gives you even further insights on how you can better prepare. So it's very interesting. Okay, so finishing with the last case study from my end. Here is a case study of major food delivery platform, and this one is in France. So the goal was to strengthen the brand presence in a very competitive market. So really, here we are talking more of kind of an upper funnel activity. And that's why we also, to measure that impact, we conducted a brand lift study with 250 consumers saw the campaign, and then a control group as well. This was kind of part of our kind of licensing vertical, which an agency kind of needed our support from ProgrammAds to kind of help them develop and plan and troubleshoot the campaign. So the campaign kind of faced a few challenges. So standing out from that kind of crowded delivery market, making sure that there's enough visibility, that we're capturing enough attention, and turning kind of that brand presence as well into future consideration. So now we can have a look into the actual results of the campaign. So the campaign, if we look into the Happy Demi's brand lift study results, drove 23% uplift in interest, and then 24-point increase in brand image, which actually demonstrates quite strong impact on perception. And then on recall, it reached 26%. So really here, it's also to showcase another case of digital out of home kind of driving its value for awareness, for consideration, and combining a kind of digital strategic location targeting, and then data-driven optimization that we can have thanks to the DSP, to Displayce, where campaigns kind of not only kind of reach just any audience, but actually you can tailor your campaign and you can convert that exposure into real results. So yeah, this was me really just to showcase that the location and the context really matter, that the creative clarity, as we were discussing as well, Gautier, really kind of drives that perception as well. It has to be strong, it has to be relevant, and then that we can have those data-driven decisions to maximize our return on the investment, and then to have just really good optimization and targeting on the campaign setting side.
Yeah, that's why programmatic is so interesting. Not only on out of home is the fact you can optimize your campaign. And I saw also in this case, if I'm not wrong, that you used Epidemics to run some post-campaign surveys. So just for the audience, so yeah, Epidemics is a partner of Displayce, but not only for out of home. You can use it also for other media channels, where you can ask questions to people that saw your ad, and then you can compare these results to a control group and see if people saw your brand and what they think about your brand, and if they plan to go to a shop, for example. You can choose these specific questions. On your side, Andrea, do you get some nice insight on this campaign using Epidemics, or the things you're going to do on the next campaigns because you saw these answers on Epidemics, or what is your view on this?
Yeah, actually, so sometimes we struggle with kind of upper funnel campaigns to have those measurable results and further insights to kind of present to clients. So it's always a very kind of strong tool to utilize for those upper funnel campaigns, to understand the actual impact of your campaign being measured for the upper funnel. So I would kind of definitely recommend it to include it in your campaigns when you want to provide that extra layer of insights and data to your clients.
Yeah, and what is also very interesting on our side is that our clients are using a lot Epidemics for campaigns, but not only, we are also using it when we are managing campaigns for our clients. And so now we have results of hundreds and maybe thousands of campaigns that we can compare in the same sector. So we can make from these results studies that we can share with our clients, and I think we share some of them with ProgrammAds to see how we can leverage more results on the campaign. So yeah, very interesting topic. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Okay, I think it's Andrea.
Yeah. So I'll continue speaking for now. So I just want to quickly kind of share with the audience who ProgrammAds is, because I'm conscious that maybe not all of you might know us. So as Gautier mentioned, we are a partner with Displayce. We collaborate with Displayce. ProgrammAds is an ad tech company, so we help agencies and advertisers in every step really of the programmatic journey, not only in digital out of home, but other media as well. So we help with ad tech integration, bringing maybe for advertisers, bringing programmatic in-house, or just provide guidance and training overall on the different platforms from both an operational point of view and from a strategic point of view as well. So we are completely independent. We are tech agnostic as well. So we have a kind of an unbiased approach to the way we offer the information and the trainings, and we operate all across Europe. With, again, agencies and advertisers. So let me just walk you quickly through the DSPs that we work with. So we are the only independent global DSP reseller working across the platforms of Amazon, Google, Microsoft, not for very long, unfortunately, and then Displayce as well, obviously. We have a 90% of our team that is certified on those platforms. And again, we are neutral, so we don't have really an agenda to recommend one technology or the other. It's just based on the interest. What do we offer, or what kind of different verticals do we have within the company, and how we can provide support to you? So we have a first approach, which is training that we provide, where we provide kind of white label programmatic campaign management for agencies. And we can obviously deliver a high quality campaign with the client to any client. So essentially for agencies, we offer from the planning stage to the implementation, and then we deliver the results. For licensing, this is maybe for more mature media agencies or advertisers. We provide the access to the actual tech tools and help them kind of have that control on the platform and use them. And lastly, for consulting, we support both obviously advertisers and agency with consulting around data and media management. And really here, lastly, we also have AdSecura, which is our advanced tech quality assurance solution that gives kind of real-time budget control and helps you kind of manage your costs essentially, but also helps you maintain the quality of your campaign, and it has integration with most DSPs. So that's us. That's ProgrammAds for whoever doesn't know us yet, obviously. And yeah, if you need support in any of these pillars, just please let us know. You can contact me anytime, of course, and we'll give you more information.
Thank you, Andrea. And yes, ProgrammAds is a very, very nice company. And I don't say it because we are partners. I know you have a very interesting positioning on the market in Belgium. Like you said, you are the only reseller. So yeah, if you are, as an agency, struggling with media buying, you can always reach to our partner, ProgrammAds. Okay, so I will do the same on my side, Andrea. I will present Displayce to our audience, which is very international, as I can see. But maybe a last question for you. On which country do you have an office? I know you have an office in Belgium and in France, but you're expanding to other countries, if I'm not wrong, which are...
Yes. So actually, we operate really globally, but we have offices in Belgium, obviously, and then France, and we have people in Spain, myself included. So we are a multilingual company as well. So if you want to approach us in Spanish, French, English, we are happy to help you with your campaigns, not only in these countries, but globally.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's speak about Displayce. So we are, like ProgrammAds, we are also an international company. So we are a platform, meaning agencies and advertisers use Displayce to buy advertising space on out-of-home screens. That's why we only speak today about out-of-home. We can also add some extra services, but I will show it in the demo. So we are connected to more than 1.6 million screens worldwide, running campaigns in every country, and also connected to, like you can see here, a lot of publishers. So we have offices all around the world in a lot of different countries, in 10 countries, if I'm not wrong. So our head office is in Bordeaux. So we have also Paris, we have London, Berlin, Madrid, Milan, Brussels, Brazil, and Dubai. So we are becoming a very international brand. And this is our positioning in the industry. So we connect agencies and brands to media owners, to publishers, by selling our platform to these companies. We are what we call a DSP. So a DSP is a demand-side platform, like Andrea showed with Google, Amazon, Microsoft. These are omni-channel DSPs, but Displayce is not an omni-channel DSP. It's a digital out-of-home DSP. So meaning we only specialize on out-of-home, which is, like I said, our main expertise. And the media owners, for example, like JCDecaux, Bauer Media, basic feed, ocean odor, etc., are connected to SSP, so supply side platform. We are connecting our platform to these media owners. Apart from this, we also have our own DMP, or data management platform, meaning we can add data providers to the campaigns. For example, if you want to add mobile data, we can use the data of AdSquare. We can use also the data of Locala to run mobile retargeting campaigns that you can activate directly on the platform. You can add also audiences using this mobile data. And yeah, Echo, for example, are POE. So if you want to add specific point of interest to your campaign, it's very easy to do it on the platform. And all the data, for example, from Cerium, where you can target flights in the airports. So yeah, a lot of different opportunities to run successful campaigns. On our platform, we have different services. So the first one is the global and real-time inventory. So this is a map, basically, that you will find very easily when you access the platform, and you will see every country with a color is a country where we have screens, and here you can filter very easily to respond, for example, on a brief with a media recommendation. So very nice tool to use in the first time when you need to do a media recommendation to your clients. Then we have our AI tool, also very new from this one. Everyone speaks about AI today, so we added also to our platform. And this AI tool, you can basically just share your briefing, and our platform will respond with some new strategies, new screens, out-of-the-box ideas that you can use to set up your campaign. Or targeting, so this is when you set up your campaign, you can use advanced and location targeting, meaning you can use postal codes, streets, can go very far into this audience targeting, and also these data segments, sociodemographics, behaviors, intentions, brand preferences that you can add to select, like I said, the best screens at the best moment to show to your audience. DCAO and triggers, we also spoke about it, so very easy to add if you want to add a temperature, weather. So we did, for example, a campaign with Havas Media for a fashion brand, and here it was interesting because they had different type of creatives. One when it was rainy, one when it was sunny, and one when it was cloudy. And so automatically, when it was, for example, rainy, you could see this specific creative. When it was sunny, it was a different creative. So yeah, you can think very creative in a very creative way to run your campaign using these triggers and using this data. And then we have in-flight optimization and measure. So using Happydemics for these post-campaign surveys, but also you can access all the data of your campaign in real time on the platform. So you can see the amount of impressions, the different screens that you used, different publishers, which publisher is you're using the most on your campaign. So all this data is accessible in real time on the platform when you're running your campaign. And then we have our latest innovation, our latest feature that we launched some months ago that is called Pulse. So maybe some of you had the chance to test it on the platform. So Pulse is, in fact, a database of all the events in real time, and we are connected to this database, meaning we can predict when and where foot traffic will peak. And using Pulse mean you can identify the screens where you have the most impressions because they are near to these events, what we call primetime screens, and you can activate them very easily. So meaning here you can see it, we can have plus 28 on average, plus 28% of impressions by just activating Pulse. And in fact, Pulse will then activate the screens that are near the events that are running in real time. I will show you some demo on how to use it and the results that you can get when you're activating Pulse. So basically, it's advertising in the best location at the best time and at the right price. It's available in Belgium, in France, in Germany, and in Spain, but we are developing it also on our other markets. So soon it will be available on other countries.